What happened with the delivery workers shouldn't have happened. The terrifying woman, the bloody pizza, the car ghost. You'll see it all in this video.
Story 1. Who orders pizza this late at night? I was closing up the pizza shop at 10 p.m., the cold biting like knives. Suddenly, the phone rang. Who orders pizza at this hour? I answered, but there was only heavy silence, like someone breathing from far away. I hung up, but my heart sensed something wrong. It rang again, same silence. Then, an old woman's hoarse voice, like it came from a coffin. Plain pizza, quick. Her voice made my blood freeze. Why did she sound like she was speaking from underground? How's she ordering pizza in a deserted area? I took the address, and my boss yelled, "Deliver it and go home!" I wanted to leave, but I thought about the tip. Or was it really a tip she'd give me? I got in my car, and the GPS led me to a dark street. Abandoned houses swallowed by fog. The house was tiny, like something from a horror flick. No lights on. I knocked. Silence. I knocked again. I glimpsed a shadow behind the window. Who's that? I got closer, and there was an old woman, her face white as death, eyes empty, like she couldn't see me. "Pizza's here," I said, voice shaking. No response. But suddenly, a terrifying grin spread across her face, teeth long and yellow like claws. How's she smiling without eyes? I ran to my car, tossed the pizza beside me, and texted my boss I wasn't finishing this. I glanced back. She was standing by my car window, holding a filthy old rope. How'd she get there so fast? What's that rope for? I floored it and sped off. The cops later told me the house was built over an old graveyard. But the question remains, who was she? Did she want the pizza or something else? Story 2. Who's sitting in that abandoned cabin? I was delivering a pizza to a cabin in the middle of a forest. Who lives in a place like that? I drove my old Camry. The sun had set, and the dirt road was thick with fog and the sound of rustling trees. I reached a small wooden cabin by a lake, the grass so tall it seemed to hide secrets. The door was half broken, the inside pitch black. I knocked. Heavy footsteps dragged across the floor like someone pulling their feet. They stopped at the door. Who's watching me through that peephole? "Pizza's here," I called. A gruff man's voice replied, "Bring it around back." Why the back? Why did his voice echo like it came from a cave? I asked, "You sure?" No answer, but I felt his eyes boring into me. I almost left the pizza and bolted, but I feared my boss's wrath. I walked through the tall grass to the back. There was an old porch with a single chair in the middle. A shadowy figure sat there, facing away. "Sir," I called. No movement. I stepped closer, then heard a voice from the corner of the cabin. "Come here. I want to show you something." I turned. A man stood there, his eyes glinting like a wolf's in the dark. Who is he? Why does he want me to come closer? I sprinted to my car, still clutching the pizza. As I ran, I saw the figure in the chair slowly turn its head. Was someone else there? Or was it my imagination? I reached my car and sped off. The cops said the cabin's been abandoned for years, no electricity. But if it's abandoned, who was talking to me? Who was sitting in that chair? Story 3. Who's in the back seat? I was driving down a rural road in the Poconos, fog choking everything. Suddenly, a figure darted in front of my car. Who's running through the woods at night? I slammed the brakes but heard a loud thud. I got out, heart pounding, and found a man in a black hoodie lying by the tire, motionless. Then, a scream from the woods. "Help me!" Who's screaming out here? How's anyone even here? Stupidly, I walked toward the sound, leaving the man behind. The fog was thick, and I heard leaves crunching closer. I turned. A shadow stood behind a tree, eyes glinting in the dark. Was that the man I hit? Or someone else? I ran to my car, glancing back every second. When I got there, the man on the ground was gone. How? I reached the house for the delivery. A woman opened the door, and as she paid, her eyes widened. "Who's that in your back seat?" I turned. A shadow sat there. "Who's that?" "How'd they get in without me noticing?" I called the cops from her phone. When they arrived, no one was there, but they found a blood-stained knife on the car floor. What was that knife for? How'd the man vanish? To this day, I still wonder. If I hadn't made that delivery, what would have happened to me? And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel because I'll be